Good day, everyone. Welcome again to another edition of Fayette Focus. Harry Wright with you. Today, my guest from the Washington City Schools, we've got Tom Bailey. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Harry, for having me.
Well, thank you for coming. This is kind of the first time that we've had you on the program. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I come from the Cincinnati area, the west side of Cincinnati. Most recently, I was at Three Rivers Local Schools as the assistant superintendent. I have 7 children, and have 2 going to Miami University. I have 2 more down in Cincinnati, and then the 3 youngest brought up here with me, and we moved up here to Washington Courthouse. Love it here.
Tell everyone out there who might not know, what does a superintendent of schools do?
Well, we're kind of a jack of all trades. We do a lot of things. We work with the treasurer to do budgeting, making sure that we're being fiscally responsible. We take care of and oversee all the curriculum and making sure that our instructional program's good and our academics are top notch, making sure our facilities are where they need to be and looking ahead towards the future, doing a lot of visioning. So really, a superintendent does a lot of things.
You're here today and now, but your brain is thinking what's going to go on next year.
Yeah, this is about the time of year that we start to flip that switch, and right now we're kind of in autopilot for this year, and then starting to vision for next year, what changes we want to see, what changes we want to make.
Very busy school district. Tell us some of the things that are going on in the Washington schools.
You know, we have a lot of things going on. We have a lot of great opportunities for our students. Right now, we're in the midst of winter athletics, and it's really exciting because our girls basketball team just won the semifinal game last night for the district, so they'll be going to the district championship game against Sheridan next Wednesday, so looking forward to that. Academically, our students are doing well. We're really buckling down, aligning our curriculum. Our test scores for 3rd grade came back in December, and they were phenomenal. We went up 21 percentage points in 3rd grade, so I'm very happy to see that. And we're looking forward to this next round of state testing and seeing the fruits of our labor for that. We're bringing in some exciting programs for next year. Our middle school is bringing in Project Lead the Way, which is a curriculum that's based upon technology, but also gets into the engineering aspects of things. It's going to be a 3-year build-upon program for our students at Washington Middle School. Looking forward to that. We're looking at changing up some of the curriculum at the high school level, adding some new electives for our students that are more applicable to career readiness. We just recently had a roundtable with many of the business and industry in our community to see what it is that we need to do as schools to be successful in terms of producing student workers after students graduate, so they can go right into the business field. So yeah, we just have a lot of great things going on.
I'm glad that you mentioned being able to go into the community, because one of the questions I wanted to ask, a lot of people are saying nowadays, and a lot of you out there have asked me, why do the schools teach kids to go to college and get to college when there are plumbing and carpentry and electrical jobs out there that are going unfilled because nobody has those skills? What can the school systems do to get kids geared towards that?
Yeah, absolutely. And this was a heated debate many years ago, and I think that we kind of did a disservice to many of our students by pushing them to go to college. And while there is a niche for those students that want to go to college, that need degrees to fulfill their dreams to be, what they want to be, there's also a niche for those students that don't have a desire to go to college but are skillful in a different way. So we want to work with our business and industry to fill those roles and to start to expose our students to these things. We have a great partnership with Great Oaks. And we send a lot of students, down there for vocational training, but we're looking at possibly bringing some things back to here, to Fayette County, to Washington Courthouse City Schools, so that we can specifically train our students for the business and industry that are here. So we're going to be putting more of an emphasis on the career aspect of it and how we build our own workforce, because we want to be good partners with business and industry here. And I always talk about this delicate balance where the community really needs for the schools to get better, and I understand that, and we need for the community to get better, and we need to work this kind of hand in hand to make sure that we're all doing our part to do what's best for the community, so that we can begin to build and expand and do what we need to do to make this the best community in the state of Ohio.
What is, in your opinion, one of the things that are going to challenge the education field here in the near future?
Well, as always, funding is a big challenge. It'll be interesting to see. We're coming to the end of an era with Governor Kasich and his agenda with school funding. So as we move forward, it'll be interesting to see the next governor in the next biennium, how that will look for us. Our district is very reliant upon state funding. We have not asked for new money from our community for operating expenses in about 26 years, which is probably one of the longest tenured periods in the state of Ohio. So we've been very fiscally responsible. We've been running on the same community or local funds that we've asked for in 1991. So believe it or not, so we're really trying to stretch out as long as we can, but with some cuts in funding recently, that's going to be a challenge for us moving forward. We want to make sure that we're attracting the best teachers possible. We want to be, cognizant that we want the best for our students. So how do we make that happen? So we'll be having communications with the community in the near future about that.
During the election last year, we had new board members that have come on, and one of the topics that the candidates were talking about amongst themselves and with the people was teacher retention. What are we doing to help retain the teachers at courthouse schools? Well,
that's a challenge for us. Being in Fayette County, we're strategically located between three great metropolitan cities, but we're not necessarily near enough where we're attracting teachers from these colleges. And let's face it, there's just fewer teachers graduating from college. So we're competing with bigger districts and districts that have a lot more resources than us. So what we want to do is really look at the culture of our school district. We're talking about, and probably many of the people watching have heard the term restore the roar, which we're talking about. And it's not necessarily that we're doing anything bad or that we're worse than where we were, but we want to really make a culture here, a feeling where we're family, where we want people to come here to teach, and we want them to love it so much that they don't want to leave. So we're working on some things. We're gearing up for a big season for us, which is teacher recruitment. And we don't have a lot of teacher turnover, but we do have some. And the challenge is to get certified teachers into these positions. Because many of our neighbors pay more money than we do, it's a challenge for us. So we have to go above and beyond in the recruiting process and the people business of building relationships.
You mentioned restore the roar. Tell us about it.
Yeah, when I came on and moved to this community, I want these teachers, I want these business people, I want these students to know that we can be anybody we want to be. We can be as good as we want to be. So in moving forward, we talk about culture and the fact that we want people to believe in us. And that's what we're trying to do with the students. We want our students to be the best people that they can also possibly be, because we're not just teaching academics, we're teaching people. So we brought in a group called Focus 3. They work probably most notably around here with all the athletic teams from the Ohio State University. So if you've read Urban Meyer's book, Above the Line, this is of the same philosophy that we're teaching. So we're teaching our students to be above the line, to do the right things for the right reasons. We're talking about, we need to take personal accountability for our actions. We're not going to be here to blame and complain and to defend what we're doing. We're just going to take accountability and get better every day. Our mission for the year is to engage, inspire, and grow. So we want to engage the students, we want to engage the community, we want to inspire people, and we want to grow people. And that's why I tell the teachers and the students every day, if we come today and we're better than we were yesterday, even if it's just by a little bit, think of how great we'll be at the end of the year. If everybody just took the personal accountability and responsibility to grow. So that's what we're talking about, restore the roar. It's really about changing the culture and building a community, because this is an entire community. And if nothing else, it's going to make our kids better people in life.
So we've got you got academics, you've got the extracurricular activities, plays, and all kinds of drama, everything going on at Courthouse.
We have all kinds of things, and we're doing even more. We just launched recently, after the holidays, Inspiration Academy. This is where we are providing after-school activities for students. Because again, we want to engage students, and research clearly shows that if we engage students and get them involved in something they like, that they're going to produce better for school. They're going to have a higher graduation rate. So, we're doing things like chess club. We have math clubs going on at several of our buildings. We have upcoming a science club that's going to be science and bowling. So we're going to be not only teaching kids to bowl, but the physics behind bowling and how that looks. So trying to give them real world application. We have book club. Our Bel Air students are reading the book Wonder and viewing the movie, which is very inspirational. So we just have a lot of things. So we call this our Inspiration Academy, and we're hoping to build upon this in future years and get every child connected to the schools.
We've thrown a lot of information out there. If someone listening, watching right now has a question, how do they get a hold of you?
Absolutely. They can call the central office at 740-335-6620, or they can email me at tom.bailey, that's B as in boy, AILEY, at WCHCS.org.
All right, folks. Tom Bailey, Superintendent of Schools of the Washington Courthouse City School System. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day and visiting with us.
Thank you, Harry. I appreciate it.